What's going on, everyone? So we're back with another deck profile. This time I'm showing you the upgraded version to Alpha Dominance. If you watched my Mystical Hunters upgrade, towards the very end I said that I did not use any Mystical Hunters cards in this deck, simply because I was working on my Mystical Hunters deck still, and I didn't want to take that one apart, and my other one has not arrived yet. So these are just cards using 2 Alpha Dominance decks and 1 Shadow Legion deck. So if you wanted to build it, that's all you need to pick up. And I would recommend picking up a second Alpha Dominance just for those Carefree Orcs and Zarkos. They are starting to get listed on TCG Player, and they are pretty expensive. They're sitting at like $3.55 a piece for non-foil. So yeah, definitely go and pick those up. And before we get started, just be sure to go check out Dragoborne and the Facebook page. Links to both are down below. And my Twitter is down there. Go follow that. I have been trying to be more active on there. But yeah, let's jump right into this. So, as you can see, it is still red, green, blue. I did not change any of that up. But starting with the red cards, I tried to make this more focused around the boss monster. So, for Zarko. You might think this is a little cloggy, but I have not had a problem with this. I've been playing with this for about a week, and yeah, I have not had a problem with 4. I actually like this because I've been seeing it more often than when I was just using the regular trial deck and playing 2. And I have gone back-to-back turns using Zarko, so it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent. And yeah, I mean, we're going to be seeing this card all throughout the meta for this next set, I think. Then I have 2 Hidden Blade. I wanted to cut it out completely, but I felt like having it as a Fort Burst was kind of good. I mean, there's not a lot to say about this card. I think when Rally to War comes out, we'll have some better cards to play around with. But for now, I think Hidden Blade is a great job, or does a great job at what she is supposed to do. Then we got 2 Ravian. I was a huge fan of this card when it was revealed, but as time has passed, I have liked it a little bit less. It's probably amazing in the mirror match, simply because if one of your smaller creatures dies to a Carefree Orc or a Zarko, you can just flip this card and deal 2 damage to everything. So it is in here for that scenario, but I haven't gotten it off yet. I don't know if it's from lack of seeing it or lack of playing it. Next up, we got 2 Blade Dance Rogue. I felt like putting this in was good simply because it's a 3/2 for a 2-drop. So mid-game it could break a 4 Drago Shield, and early game it could pave the way for any of your other stuff to attack in. So I do think this card is pretty good. But then we got 4 Carefree Orcs. This is one of the best cards in the deck. Like I said, they are getting pretty expensive, so pick them up now if you haven't already. He does 1 damage whenever he attacks. If you can fill the board with him, you're taking out anything that you want, pretty much, if it has 4 or less endurance. I haven't been able to do that yet. I did that a lot back when I was using proxies, but ever since I got the actual card, I've only been seeing like 1 of him, and then it usually gets destroyed pretty fast because my opponent doesn't want to see him. And then for the 1-ofs, I didn't really want to cut out Highlands Rogue, but I didn't want to play a lot of 1-drops either, simply for the late game. So I went with 2 Highlands Rogue, 2 Goblin Madcap, and 2 Goblin Toe Stabber. So this ratio has been working out for me, and I really wouldn't change it up. I think each of them are great at 2. And yeah, nothing really much else to say about them. I do think Toe Stabber combos really well with Tomar. Dropping one of your opponent's dice to 1, summoning Toe Stabber, and destroying that dice. So that is kind of awesome. Then we got 2 Torch. Simply because it depends on the value of the red dice, I do not run more than 2. I do like it at 2 for the cases when I play it from my hand. Don't really care for it as a Fort Burst too much, simply because if it's hiding behind your red fort, you're never going to get it off. And if it's in any other fort and you flip it while you have a low red number, then it's not really going to do much. And then same with Pyroblast, but I felt like Pyroblast was too strong not to play, so that is in there. However, just like Ravian, my view of Pyroblast has kind of decreased. I don't think it's as good as it was at one point, but it's still a decent card, especially in a mono red deck. However, this is not mono red. Alright, so moving on to the blue cards. I believe this is the least amount of a color that I play in here. So, we still got the 2 Tomar. It is a decent card for now. I mean, once Rally to War comes out, I'd probably cut this out. Just like Pyroblast and Ravian, I think he was better on paper than he is in use. But then we got 4 Rejuvenates. If you watched my review of the deck, I said that I was having trouble drawing cards. I put in more of this to kind of fix that, as well as get more resources quicker in order to drop multiple Zarkos. So I haven't had a problem with this. It's not too cloggy. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to change that unless I really want to squeeze something else in. Then we got a 2 Gilman Raider. I went with a 2-2 split between this and the Battles or Blade Dance Rogue. Mostly for color variants. I mean, they're the same card pretty much, aside from their color. So I did want to play him just for those extra blue cards in case I happen to get multiple Rejuvenates in my hand. That way I could play them all out in one turn. But then to wrap up the blue cards, we got 6 All Guns Blazing. So this is a really great Fort Blast, as well as a card to play late game. Yeah, I don't know if I changed that. I do really like All Guns Blazing now that I'm actually using it. Yeah, I mean, even though the cost is really high, I still think it's a really great card. Now moving on to the green cards. I played 2 Thornbark Walker. This was the card that I had cut out 2 Hidden Blades for. I wanted to play all 4 Hidden Blades, but because of the 1 Endurance, I decided to put in 2 Thornbark Walker just in case they got hit as a Fort Burst. And if I see them in my hand, I'll just use the Fleetwing Sprite to put them down and benefit from it later. So yeah, not much to say about this card. I'm still not a big fan of it, but I think for now it's the best with what we got. Then I play 4 Primate Javelineer. This is an amazing card. It's a 4-drop vanilla with 5 attack, and you can summon it for 2 with Leilania's Call. Like I said, in the Mystical Hunters deck profile. But yeah, pretty great card, and I think he might even be useful after Rally to War comes out. But then we got 4 Fleetwing Sprites. This is a necessity in any deck that focuses on larger creatures, I believe. So since this deck is so heavily focused on summoning Zarko, I am not going to cut that out. And simply because I want to summon Zarko on my opponent's turn, I play 4 Leilania's Call. I do think that's cloggy, but that is also why I tried to keep the number of green creatures up and tried to cut back on some of the other colors. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the deck profile. I know it's not too relevant with Rally to War just around the corner, but figured it was worth sharing with you guys if you guys were not looking to pick up Rally to War and you just wanted to work with what you had. This option is here for you. So be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as well as check out all the stuff in the description, and follow me on Twitter. And as always, thanks for watching.